Well, good morning, and what is this show that comes bearing colorful personalities and making recipes and music for the hearts and souls of everybody watching?
Keep going.
That's all I got.
Okay, it's the Wake Up Nigeria show. And we have the know-how to a good time.
You better believe that. We require very little from you guys. Just give us a camera, lights, and action. Hey, every single day of the week, this is what we do every single morning here on Wake Up Nigeria, live from the TVC Communications studio right here in Lagos.
We're a bit loud, I know. But hey, doesn't mean you should turn down the volume. Keep it up, people. We can easily explain that when we're excited. And we genuinely love this routine that strives to make your morning bright as rain.
Every single time. Now, if you ask us, we'd say there's no options, only distractions that offers the possibility of missing out on this amazing social. Please just try your best to stay tuned all the way till the end of the show.
All right, so wouldn't you rather spend time with us? We promise you to make it worth your while, especially because our Thursday shows are bangers, right? And they're dedicated to the celebration of ourselves as Africans.
We celebrate our essence and the very thing that sets us apart from the entire world. Of course, let's start with our name. My name is Ofo Maziakbono Appeal. I thought I'd give them the African in us today. Come
Your
on.
name always makes me laugh. And it's funny because we would have local names.
Tell them yours.
Oh, my name is Ime Okwache. Right. Nice. So you have like the Okwache.
Say with the Africanness.
So guys, don't forget that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can catch us on GOTV channel 49 and UHF band 49.
Absolutely. Now, simply download the app if you want to carry us with you every single place that you're going. All you need to do is make sure that you've got that on Google Play and also on iOS. It's free for you guys. And follow us on social media. We are at TVC Connect. It's that simple.
Yeah, we see your comments. We love them. So keep them coming, even if it's about the way we look this morning, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, we would like that very much.
Yeah.
Just don't feed us after 12 midnights. The entire head. In any case, let's tell you what we have coming for today. For a book chat, David Adeyemi is a PR consultant with years of experience and the author of Music Production, A Guide to Hacking the Thing. He joins us with a book, well, his book, shortly.
We have Babatunde Lawson, a visual artist and art instructor.
And Kehinde Olugbemi, a.k.a. Blaze Bangzari, very nice name, is going to be here for some performance today. He's going to be our music muse. Now, the R&B and also Afro-pop singer duo, there's two of them, started their journey in 2016 and have come a long way since then. They join us for that performance. If you stay, you're going to find it.
And for a chat, we will be joined by Perpetual Ukadike. She's an actor, model, and entrepreneur in the network marketing profession.
And right after that, guess who will be joined by coming up today for a grand chat? Musician, the one himself, Mr. Rick Asani, will be joining us inside of the studio.
Look at that chest.
Oh, stop. Welcome back. Thankfully, we took that one off of the screen because, I mean, she's beginning to get too excited. Well, let's just wait till you have him here in the studio.
Don't get jealous, Mizuno.
I was a bit jealous. He's a good-looking man.
I know he is.
Welcome back. Good morning. It is, by the way, the 1st of December. Welcome to December. My name is Mazino Appeal, and this is the news. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has promised to make life comfortable for Nigerians if he is elected president of Nigeria in 2023. Now, Atiku made the promise at the flag-off of the PDP campaign in Akure, the Ondo state capital. China's former leader, Jiang Zemin, who came to power after the Tiananmen Square protest, has died at the age of 96. State media said he had died just after 12 noon in Shanghai on Wednesday. Now, Jiang presided over a time when China opened up a vast scale and saw high-speed growth. His death comes as China sees some of its most serious protests since Tiananmen, with many demonstrations across the country against COVID restrictions. Now, a Chinese Communist Party statement said he died of leukemia and multiple organ failure. It added that he was recognized as an outstanding leader with high prestige and a long-tested communist fighter. state media outlets, including the Global Times and the Zhihao News Agency, turned their website black and white in tribute. State broadcaster CCTV lauded his role after the bloody 1989 crackdown on protesters in and around Beijing Tiananmen Square. The event saw China ostracized internationally and sparked a bitter power struggle at the top of the Communist Party between hardline reactionaries and reformers. Do stay tuned. We have more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria.
Let's update you on what's making the rounds on the headlines this morning. On Daily Trust paper, we have election violence claims 1,525 lives in 25 years. And on the rider here, Boko Haram, IPOP, bandits' biggest threats to 2023 polls, says reports. Politicians' excesses pose risk to elections, says analyst. And here we have a breakdown of security threats to 2023 general elections. At the bottom of the paper here, governors abandoning rural areas, building needless flyovers, airports, says federal government. And of course, there's more stories here on the Daily Trust, but we'll move over to The Nation. Making the headlines here, we have Minister, State to blame for rising poverty hardship. Governors building airports, flyovers, investing in projects with no economic impact. And here we have at the top of the paper here, schools to adopt mother tongue as medium of instruction. You can find more of that story on page 2. On INEC, PVC mandatory for voting in 2023 general election. And also here, Tinubu for Chatham House talks on security, the economy. Abdul Razak takes 189.4 billion naira budget estimate to Assembly. And at the top right here, we have Why Ondo Should Vote For Me by Atiku, and Osun Assembly Des Adeleke. And that's it on The Nation. Let's move over to the Punch newspaper. Making the headlines here on fuel scarcity, no planned price hike, says federal government, queues spread. And here on the riders, there will be no fuel price hike during Yuletide period, says government. NMDPRA assures motorists current stock can last for 34 days. Government can't continue subsidy amid diversion, says NNPC source. And we also have here at the top of the paper, INEC gears up for elections in Northeast, deploys BVAS. Government pays ASU November salary withholds arrears. Federal government blames governors for rising poverty. Edo, Akwa Ibom defer. And finally, on the Punch here, we have Dunn's back federal government policy on mother tongue teaching. And that's it on the Punch newspaper. Let's move over to The Guardian. Making the headlines here, NGF mom as federal government shifts blame for high poverty to governors. Agba says they rather build flyovers, skyscrapers, but leave fight against hunger. Sokoto has the highest number of poor people, followed by Bayelsa. Yahaya, governors committed to improving livelihood of rural dwellers, and rising inflation, falling wages, increase poverty. Social unrest, says ILO. And at the top of the paper here, I have fears about possible outcome of 2023 polls, says Jega. Court dismisses suits seeking disqualification of LP presidential candidate, that's Labour Party presidential candidate Obi. Oyetola's appointees left with official vehicles, orders, Adeleke reveals. And Sanwo-Olu campaign promises better tomorrow. And that's it on the front pages this morning.
Well, good morning and welcome once again. MM, I'm all you have today. I'm all yours. Smile, Joe. In any case,
You sound like you're doing me a favor.
I am, in fact, doing you a favor. Oh, good now. In any case, We've got a very interesting topic we want to talk about today. So lately on social media, this has been happening, and I'm sure you've noticed as well. A lot of people, immigrants who have the opportunity to immigrate outside of Nigeria, have begun to send in material, and I mean media material, back on social media, asking other Nigerians who are, prospectively thinking about coming over to maybe the UK or Canada, not to come, either because the hustle is hard, or the climate is different, or this or that or that or that. And for me, I'm like, who sent you? If people want to go, why are you trying to dissuade them? If it's difficult for you guys, come back now. Why are you trying to dissuade people who actually are looking for a better life, And it's something about me. No, I'll tell you about it after. Let me let you speak. What do you think about this thing these Japanese do?
Well, it's just I've seen a few of those posts, to be honest. And what comes through my mind is, so why are they still there?
Exactly.
If it's not so good, why are you there? I feel like it's a village people mentality that these people have taken abroad, right? It's more like a walking against my fellow man's mentality.
Aha,
right. Yes, you've got to there. You don't want anybody to join you. You want to be the only one that comes home every December with gifts, all the splurge, I just got back. Everybody know that. Ooh. But you don't want your fellow man to enjoy with you. So it's appalling how we expect that our society to influence us, right? They say your circle of the people that you surround yourself with influence your mindset, influence how you think. And then you'd expect that you have left the black community, society, Africa, right? To America or to the UK or to the Canada, or where everything seems to work with the Western culture, with the Western system, where everything is different. You'd expect that, society to change your orientation. But no, you're still living. I think it's still a mindset. And I still said this thing yesterday, that we have a lot of work to do with how we think, with how we function as human beings. There has to be that reprogramming and reorientation.
I've got two things to say. First of all, one is, let me play devil's advocate. What if it is not that easy and they're actually right? I understand that things could be very different from what you used to hear in Nigeria for most people who have gone outside the country. The hustle will be different, especially that you have other factors working against you. You're African, you're not just African, you're going to a society where the accommodation for blacks are not, it's not as welcoming as you have it here. And then there's the climate. There's all of that to consider, I understand. Well, you know something about me? It is better to have tried and lost than never to have tried at all. Yeah, I got that from, I switched one word for love, yeah? But I will not rest, and I'm not talking about me particularly, I'm talking about general sense now, people and African and our mentality, especially those of us who are subjugated here and oppressed and tired of, Lagos especially. You will not rest until you have tried. And if it is not to your liking, I will retreat.
Back home.
I will come back home. So I would just think, stop making people feel, there's nothing to try out there. I'm not going to try.
Exactly.
I'm not all for, I'm not espousing that mass immigration and everything. I believe that people should actually stay and try and make things better. But if they choose to, this dissuasion is not something that I think is very nice.
Yeah, because, then you have, give everybody a chance. Everybody deserves a chance, right? And I also believe in being here and also putting in the resources, what you have, what role are you playing? I think that's one of the basic questions that even we as human beings, as citizens, need to ask ourselves. What is your role? Are you playing it as a citizen? Are you paying your taxes? Because we have a lot of people that are evading taxes. And if you go over there, whoop tax.
Yeah, they will kill you with tax. But in any case, as you have noticed, Mike has jackpot now. As well as Titi. We are staying in Nigeria to pay our quota.
I hope Titi has enough cheese.
Love us. We are your family. Peace to the die.
We gotta go, people. What are your thoughts on the jackpot mentality? Hit us up on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. We'll be waiting to hear from you.
We'll be back. Now you're welcome. It's time for our book chat, and today we have a very interesting one. You guys are going to love this, especially how he describes himself. Now, his name is David Adeyemi. He is a PR consultant with years of experience and the author of Music production, a guide to hacking it. Well, yeah. Now, he joins us today to talk about this very, very beautiful and interesting book. You are welcome, man.
Thank you.
Good to have you here, David.
Thank you so much.
First off, let me say, easy to read book, very quick read. You guys are gonna love it. Pick it up, and then you're quickly done with it. But I must say that there's plenty of emotions that you put inside of writing this book. Even if it's a guide, it still feels like as if you're coming from a position.
Yeah.
But let's first of all tell who exactly you are. Now, you are DME, you are a what? Now, check this out, guys. What did you describe yourself as?
So in the music space, I'm first a field rapper.
Oh, sorry, say that again?
I'm a field rapper.
Oh, you're very comfortable expressing yourself as that.
Because there are a lot of people that are not comfortable telling themselves that they're not good at this and then navigating to something else.
Okay.
If you are not good on screen, you can be good behind the cameras.
True.
So if you're not good as a musician, you can be good as a producer, as a director.
As an author.
I mean,
for instance.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So that led you to writing a book about the industry itself, cracking it, hacking that music, that production bit.
Yeah.
Now, tell us exactly what music promotion is all about in a general sense and why it led you to writing this book.
The fact that I'm a music PR consultant, I'm a graduate of Mass Comm.
Okay.
And I have a PGD in public relations.
Interesting.
And I've always had interest in entertainment, music. So I just put the both of them together, music and public relations. And this book came from a place of anger. Like, why are you people doing like this?
Like I said from before, there's so much emotions in it.
You cannot be doing rollouts this way. You cannot promote your music this way. This audience is different from this audience. Why are you doing like this? Hence the topic, a guide to hack it. You hack it, yes.
I get that. Very interesting paragraph chapters here in the book. And each of them tend to one bit of music promotion or the other. There's budgeting, there's PR, there's promotions, there's everything in there. What are Nigerians not getting right in this climb? It's one thing not to get something right, but in your book, you identified exactly what it is that they're not getting right here, there, and there. But generally speaking now, in this climb that we are, where people have to pay for their music to be played on air, you know, you have to go through this corner, meet somebody who's big already to push your music. What aren't we getting right?
First of all, I think that the music space in Nigeria is being saturated with a lot of money and a lot of numbers.
The TBG.
Yeah, it's so, that's on you. That's on you.
Might as well sell it.
So it's like if you don't have the numbers, you are failed. And that's not true because there are a lot of artists. Brimo will sell out Eco Atlantic, not because he's top 5 in Nigeria, but because he has identified his own fans.
Puritan.
Exactly. So you sell to your fans. There's no product that has every market.
Yeah.
So you target your product to your fans, to your audience. If you don't target your product to your fans, you are mistargeting and you won't get results.
I'm going to read from this chapter here, running a successful PR campaign, where you say, to sell music, you will also need to build a loyal fan base, which you're talking about. Take care of the fans with constant communication, great offers, and beat the algorithm to reach new audiences. You will need a lot more than just PR, a lot more than just getting your song distributed to music streaming or buying platforms. Now, here are some, he goes on to say, some channels you can use to create and sustain relationship. Now, for me, it's the fact that you also touched on something very interesting, algorithm. Now, music has gone from, here's my CD, plug and play. It's now about identifying what will trend in this climb where social media is a big deal. Have you identified that, what it is that makes 15 seconds of a 4-minute track the biggest boost it can ever get?
So, like in that same chapter, it says that there are different audiences and different times. So my Instagram algorithm is different from yours.
Very true.
The time when my audience have the most attention on Instagram is not the same with yours. So I need to identify mine, you identify yours. So that's why I cannot give a definite example. So because mine is different from yours, and the kind of music my audience would consume is not the same kind of music your audience will consume. So for example, if I'm a street artist. I have no business with Spotify. I'll go to AudioMark. That's where my audience is.
So you've identified these channels, these platforms.
Yeah.
They're very specific to what result that you want to get.
Yes.
Oh, that's very interesting. Now let's talk about the book in general and how it's been accepted. How far have you gone with pushing this book since you're a PR consultant yourself?
Oh, yeah. So I recently sold the 200th copy.
Okay.
And I've given out a lot more to music stakeholders.
Yeah, so what are they embracing it? What are they saying about the book?
Yeah, so a
curious.
lot of people have been saying that this was the book they didn't know they needed.
Oh.
Because everybody was just operating on vibe, autopilot.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
just go.
Let's just try it out.
This is the flow, let's go. But this book has been able to shape people's perception of what music PR is, what promotion should be, how you're branding yourself, how you're promoting your music, where you're promoting your music. So it's like a book people didn't know they needed.
Wow. That is very interesting. I'm sure that a lot of people out there who are also trying to get off of the feet when it comes to putting their music out there are going to find this very, very useful. It kind of like encompasses everything you need to know in such a very, very small package. It's like a little capsule you take in and now I have that bulb on my head. It's a bright idea. I'm going to go do that now. Now, by your standards, seeing that you have looked at the entire climate for music in Nigeria, who would you say, money aside, is doing it right? Who would you say is the exemplary, has the exemplary format for music promotion?
So in this book, there are 3 major case studies. Yemi Alade, Black Bones, and Adekunle Gold. They have really smooth transitions into their branding from album to album.
Yemi Alade, Black Bones, and who again?
Adekunle Gold.
Adekunle Gold, grand, okay.
So I always tell people that AGBB is different from Adekunle Gold.
Very different.
Adekunle Gold is the hustler that wear Adire with punk, but AGBB is the married guy, bluff, necklaces, and Black Bones is a menace. And
a means to an end, a menace plus a means to an end.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because the title of his previous album before this last one was Sex Over Love, and he had a very strategic event that was titled The Crusade, where he preached sex over love and all of those. And then the crusade led into the rollout for his recent album, Young Preacher.
So he's doing it right. But he's blindly doing it right.
No, Black Bones is very deliberate to every detail.
Is he that intelligent?
But people would see him and be like, this guy is always...
My point exactly. He doesn't exactly.
But it's a really smooth transition. And mind you, the crusade, the Sex Over Love was held on the 13th of February, the day before Valentine. So it's like, why are people doing that?
That is deliberate. Listen, man, I would love to have you over on our entertainment segment sometime. Let's talk music. Let's talk more about this. And if you're out there, I think you should get this book, especially if you are into music, music promotion, PR, and all of that. This might just be the little capsule that you need. And everything just changes. Thank you very much for showing up.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to keep this.
Right.
We're going to invite you over for entertainment some other time.
All right.
Do stay tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We've got many more coming your way. Just I and Evan.
Welcome back, people. You're still tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, with me in the kitchen is Shebi Otima. Whoa, bring out the confettis. And this morning, guys, she is making rice and beans with tomato sauce, right?
Yeah.
Great. Well, these ingredients are quite, you probably have finished cooking the soup or food, but let's run through the ingredients.
Yeah, not too much. Not, do common thing and a common way. That's
Of
it.
course.
So
That's your mantra.
that
and I like
is.
it. Right.
So these
please.
are our beans, cooked beans, rice, then our turkey, then our sauce, prepared sauce.
Okay.
Actually.
So what do we have in the sauce?
We have tomatoes, rodo, seasoning, onions, but not smooth, but in a very peppery.
So it's actually peppery.
It's not really peppery.
Is that attaché there?
Yes, attaché there.
Okay.
Like we are doing ayamashi sauce.
Oh,
This is it.
nice, nice.
now
Okay, so
that-
talk us through the process for the sauce.
Yes, our oil.
That's palm oil or
Palm oil. I
vegetable
use
oil?
both palm oil and
Vegetable oil.
vegetable oil.
Okay,
Then we cook
okay,
onions,
okay.
seasoning, then We cook.
We cook. Great.
Everything we do.
Shabio Timor is in her elements as usual this morning, guys.
cook, so-
She is making rice and beans with
The water is
stew.
boiling
So
already.
you're just basically having your rice and stew. But with this time we're infusing beans in the rice, and then we already have.
Gives us one unique taste that you need to taste out of this and cook this.
I can't wait
When last did you
myself.
cook? Rice
What,
and beans?
to be honest, I've not had rice and beans in so long,
So-
in years. And
I'm
you know,
telling
bringing
you,
this
this
back
weekend-
actually reminds me
this
of
weekend you are going
childhood.
to cook this because it's going to be so
Yeah,
sweet.
it takes me back to childhood, and I think it's something I'm definitely going to try out. I mean,
That's why I'm super
rice,
tanked.
beans. I mean, even with the kids, you're just regularly serving them rice.
Or
You-
beans, only beans.
Or only beans,
Now
right?
we are cooking it together.
Both of them.
It's going to be a bag.
It is. It is. I
is
can
watch
imagine.
already.
So right now we're about to do what?
Yeah, this is watch already. So I'm going to put it inside.
Okay,
the-
so our rice is washed.
Yes, we washed
And what exactly are we doing? Are we parboiling it? Are we just
No,
cooking
I
it?
have already washed, so I'm not parboiling. I'm
Okay.
just going to cook. After cooking.
So where does the beans go in?
The beans, because this is a cooked beans.
Okay, it's been
going
like
in-
properly cooked.
Yes, properly
Okay.
cooked. It's going in almost immediately. This is almost done.
Okay.
So we are going to put, but sometimes it has different way of cooking it.
Okay.
You might put the beans first. Then allow the beans to cook.
Well, then you pour in your rice.
But now,
Okay.
you know, this is just a few minutes show that we can't do that.
yeah.
So this has been cooked, well cooked. So after
The rice is almost
those
ready.
boiled, yes,
Then we'll pour in the
inside.
beans.
Then I will
And
do the sauce.
okay, and then we'll make our sauce. Okay, and for our sauce, of course, we have our turkey,
Yes.
which is a protein for our sauce. And so, like I said earlier on, breakfast is almost ready because right, Timo came, you know, just ready to just. You know, she just wants to go straight into it.
don't
No
say
playing
that.
around. Okay, sorry. Yeah, but we're just gonna wait for our rice to cook, and
We are
then we're gonna
waiting.
pour in our beans. What kind of beans is this? Is it honey beans or is
You
it
can use any kind of beans.
olotu or
You
oloyin?
can use any kind.
Any kind of beans.
Any kind of beans.
Okay.
Your hand can leave them.
Okay.
But you know, oloyin is only sweet. So
Yeah, so it's gonna add that extra flavor to your rice. I
It's been a
know.
long time you heard this. You are going to
I
enjoy
know.
this.
I
meal
know.
this
I will enjoy it. I know.
Trust
All
me
right,
now.
we're getting things prepping up here in the kitchen. Shavia Timor is, you know, well, she's going to do justice to this meal in a bit. But hey, we have Perpetual on the couch already with Mazino. So, hey, guys.
Clips from Battle on Booker Street. Now, why are we playing that? I'll tell you why. That's because today for a chat, we have with us here Perpetua Ukadike. She's in the house. I mean, she's an actor. She also performed inside of that movie. She's also a model and an entrepreneur in the network marketing space. You are welcome. Good to have you here, Perpetua.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
First of all, I want to say something. When you walked in, there's a certain regality that you have. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I know that somewhere in this space, we also have it as well. And when I realized or remember that you're also a beauty queen, a beauty pageant model, I was
Yeah.
like, there it is. It's Winfrey's sister.
Okay, you can say that.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you very much for coming, except that you have perfect teeth, and I don't like people with perfect teeth.
Okay, I've heard that before. Thank you. I'll take that as a
Let's
compliment.
talk about you as, first of, a model, and now you're going into Nollywood.
Yeah.
So I know that models always have like a potpourri of things that they could do, especially after having that limelight on them. You chose Nollywood. Is there a reason? Is there a particular strategy behind you coming from being a beauty queen model? You should have been the queen to going into Nollywood.
Okay, acting has been something I've always wanted to do practice. And I think after being a model for some time, I'm like, I want to pursue this dream. And this is something that I believe that every dream deserves to be pursued. You need to pursue whatever passion you have. And I just said, enough of acting in my room alone.
Yeah, let's take this outside to the world.
Exactly. So I decided to give it a trial, and I went to a film school
Okay.
and did a 1-month program. And after that, I got my first role. And that is it. Battle.
That's your
Yeah,
first
that's my
role.
first.
How did it go meeting all these big wigs in Nigerian movies? Bimbo was there, a couple other people.
Exactly.
You played, what exactly, who did you play? What character?
Young isn't that's the younger version of Tinamba.
Tinamba's character.
Yeah, Tinamba's.
What was it like with all these big wigs? Did you feel
Yeah, it was quite overwhelming at first. I'm like, okay, when I got the call, I'm like, okay, you have to come into Lagos, you have to do this. And when I got there, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things happening at the same time. I have to calm down and take this in and be like, okay, I have to do this. You can do this. You got this. I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous, and the character is quite out of my personality. So I had to go extra mile to, bring that character to life.
Oh, and
So
especially trying to portray Tinamba and whatever
Exactly,
character
you
she's
get
playing.
exactly.
That must have been quite a tedious, rehearsals, practice.
Yeah.
I can imagine what your mind was like in those moments, especially.
Yeah.
Was she ever there during any of the shoots for her scene, your scene?
No, because I acted a younger version of her, so
Okay,
she's
so
not.
she was never there just looking
there.
at this girl. What's
Yeah,
she going to do to my
exactly.
character in the beginning? type of thing.
That's good, because I would have been more nervous.
You would have, I can imagine so. Well, now that that's over, you're looking forward to what exactly inside the Nollywood space? Nollywood, by the way, is growing and broadening out.
Yeah.
It's no longer just about rituals from the 80s and then 419 from the 90s.
Yeah.
It's getting diverse with
Yeah.
dramas and action.
Yeah.
Brotherhood from only just a couple of months ago. Where do you see yourself clipping into in the nearest future inside of Nollywood?
Nollywood, very much. I would love to act an action movie.
You
Although-
would?
Although
You would?
I was trying to learn one or two things, but I think I fancy that. So I would actually love to try and explore whatever is out there for me. Really, I'm just getting started. This is like few months after I started this journey. So, and I just hope for more opportunities so I can see what I'm really capable of.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What you're really capable of, we are also very curious. What is she capable of? I have this question I always ask. Don't worry, it's not a jam question.
Okay.
It might put you on the spot a bit, but especially if your father's watching. Now, I would like to know, since movie is an art, an expression of art, and people are very passionate about it, and often when you achieve something inside of a movie, people are like, that's what she's known for. I mean, that girl actually went naked for that scene. Would you do it? Would you go naked for a movie scene?
It depends on the extent of the nakedness. Yeah. It depends really, because it's not about me, it's about the character. So when you're playing a role, it's not you anymore, it's the character, and you have to bring that character to life.
So if it's necessary, you
yeah,
would.
if
Is that what
it's
you're saying?
necessary, but yeah, to some certain extent.
Yeah, I'm very I sense a bit of ambivalence there. Which is it now?
Okay.
Which is it,
I mean,
Perpetua?
like,
What if the money is absolutely correct?
oh, it's not about the money.
Oh.
It's not about the money. For me, it's
Okay.
not about the money. I'll
Okay.
always tell you that it's about...
My producers are yelling in my ear. Are you saying a yes or a no, Perpetua? What is it? Everybody's curious. I'm sure the viewers are curious out there as well. Is it a yes or is it a no? I'm sorry I'm pushing you, but...
Well, it can't be. It can't be a straight yes. It can't be a straight no.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go. It's grand. It's okay. Well, let's talk about you outside of pageantry, outside of Nollywood. You also have your own thing. It's entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
networking is what I
Yeah,
understand it to be.
network marketing.
Network
I'm
marketing.
Entrepreneur in the network marketing profession.
How far have you gone with that? What's the purpose? What's the aim?
Well, I earn at least multiple six figures monthly, and I work from home. And I can tell you that Nigeria have a very wrong concept when it comes to network marketing. Whenever I say network marketing, people like, you do that? That's what you do. It's not. People think network marketing is like a scam or something, but it's not. And it saved me. And the money I made from my business, I use it to train myself in school.
Nice.
And now I'm a graduate. I work from home. I pursue things I'm passionate about. I get to travel whenever I want to. I get to do movies and
That's grand.
build
It
other.
frees you up for everything else.
and
You work from
train.
your bedroom after all.
Exactly.
Grand.
That's why I would wake up by like 11 a.m. or something.
11 a.m. I would love to wake up by 11 a.m. Petra, it's been grand and pleasant having you here. You've got such a pleasant aura. I mean, you can't script this. This is the real Perpetua. And don't give it that script if you guys have been thinking what I think you're thinking. No. But good to have you here. We hope to see you more, especially inside of Nollywood, and have more of these engagements. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me here.
You're welcome. All the time. Every single time. You and your perfect team. Now, ladies and gentlemen of Nigeria, Africa, and the world, do stay tuned. We've got more coming your way. Another hour, in fact. We'll be back.
Language, arts, cuisine, fashion, all of these and more are the essence of a people.
That sounds so poetic.
I know.
Your poetic bone just came out today.
I know. I mean, it's Arts Thursday.
I know exactly what I was going to say. On Thursdays, we go like, harder, the extra mile, just to make sure we put that spotlight and celebrate the very best of all of these things here as Nigerians.
We are the one-stop shop family breakfast show, and there's a reason for that, people. When you tune in as a family, there must be something in it for everybody. Food, arts, fashion, books,
everything. Even if you're a mother who's changing diapers, there's something in for the baby.
There is.
So far, 1 whole hour already gone. Very colorful, plenty of laughter, plenty of pleasant guests, I must say.
And
we're looking forward to-
information.
and information as well. Very informative this last 1 hour. Well, you haven't lost it all if you're only just getting up in the morning to meet the second hour. We've made it designed just for you guys. So stay up, don't go any place. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, and of course we have such pride in our kitchen.
Oh, yes.
We have JBO Tima in the kitchen, making sure that those recipes, come to life.
See that swag there, kitchen swag.
When was the last time we had rice and beans though?
I'm off of rice for a minute.
Oh, what's in the way?
Nobody has congratulated me, but let me turn sideways. Thank you very much.
Martin Tommy's gone.
You're doing well. If I do say so myself.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You and Titi actually have something in common, finally. She also has state of beans.
What? Oh, really?
Yes,
well,
she
Hey,
has.
you might try something new in your diet.
Rice, I mean, sorry.
Rice, yeah. Try something new in your diet. It could just help you. Maybe it's that one thing that you need to just, help you. I've said everything else. In a bit, we'll be telling you what we have coming for you guys. I want to remind you guys that we are on GOTV channel 24 and, of course, on UHF 47. You also want to follow us on social media. We are at TVC Connect.
Yes.
You also can watch us somehow else. What is that?
On Facebook.
There you go.
Yes, and at tvcentertainment.tv, guys. Yes, we said it. If for those of you who are on the go and you want to catch up on your favorite presenters, want to catch up on your favorite TV breakfast show, you got it. Just go on Facebook, TVC Connect. Bakam, there you have it. Yeah.
She got me there. Let's tell you what we have coming. It's a Thursday, plenty of art for you guys, and Babatunde Lawson is going to be coming up today with some of his very beautiful art pieces that we will be showcasing here inside of our art segment.
On our musical performance, we have singer and song stage performer Blaze Banks.
Two of them.
Yes, Kende and Taiwo.
Taiwa Kende. And then coming up finally today, we are going to be having an interesting chat with an interesting young gentleman whom I met for the first time last week Friday on the black table. Only this time he's making it here for Wake Up Nigeria. Mr. Rick Kasani is going to be in the house, and we can't wait to have him here on our couch for a conversation.
Woohoo!
Stop it.
Woohoo!
You're too excited.
Woohoo!
He has a girlfriend.
Woo! Hey, someday I'm going to sing a song for.
Oh no. Enough of you already.
Masilo, don't try me. Don't try
Chef
me.
Shobiotimo. I can see our what's this? Yes, thank you very much.
I don't understand. What's the excitement? Because in the kitchen.
FGS connection. Don't mind them.
Hello,
Shift this
sorry.
way, shift this way.
Very good.
What is going on here,
We
Chef
are going to
Shobiotimo?
intimidate you in this
No
kitchen.
problem.
What's happening? I see our beans. I see.
See, the beans is going in already. Has gone in already. So
Oh wait. Is that rice under?
yes. And the beans.
And then the beans already, and then we're gonna put.
No. We are going to put the beans.
So it's like having rice and stew.
Oh,
But the
okay.
difference here is you're having rice and beans with stew.
With stew. Oh, okay.
And
Oh.
we say turkey stew.
Nice, interesting.
Yeah.
What's the particular name for this? What's it called?
rice at sewa.
Rice at Yewa. Otan.
Otan.
To see anything, just dice it.
And then you can have like boiled eggs in it, and you can have
like food.
plantains. Ooh, darling,
I think I'm
love
looking forward to it.
food.
Even if I've stayed off rice for a minute, but I will, well, you know, see, our Nigerian diet, we have plenty of rice.
Yeah,
so
we do.
You'll always
So
come
that's why I'm
back.
taking beans.
So he's not eating this breakfast.
No.
But hey, we need to tell people how we put together the stew.
Yes.
What are the ingredients you used for the stew?
Yes. Our red oil and granite oil. The mixed pepper, which is the tomato, the
Ataruto.
onions, the everything. Then our secret of the recipe.
That's
There's
secret
a secret.
ingredients that you've not told us.
Okay.
You want to know? Watch out on this show.
Now, Thursdays are the best because of the beautiful expressions that we have here, very colorful most times, for art, whether it's music spoken or, well, expressed like this. We're going to be telling you who within just about a bit. Now, the beautiful art pieces that you see here with me today, well, we have with them Babatunde Lawson. Now, he's a visual artist and art instructor as well. The experimental artist whose style of work varies from realism, expressionism, and recycling. Now, he says that he's most comfortable using mixed media for his expression. Babatunde Lawson, you are welcome. Good to have you here.
Welcome, sir.
Very modest man in the building here today. And these are all your works. Different forms of expression, but still there's a sense of unity that goes with them. Something that, I don't know how to explain it, but I think as we go on, I'm going to get that word I'm looking for.
Okay,
But
sir.
let's talk about your art form. As diverse as they are, what's the theme that runs through all of it?
Actually, my heart is more or less like what happened in my environment. So I get my idea from different sources. I can't say actually this is a particular source. So whatever I see in my environment, try to relate with it and then try to put it in visual form.
Well, you also use very diverse kinds of expression. Now, this is what exactly? What are we looking at here?
Now, this is just try to depict a kind of a village environment.
I can see that.
Because when I school outside Lagos, so I know how the village
Yeah.
look like sometimes. So I try to, that environment actually get me so fascinated. So I like to create something out of
Yeah.
what I've
Yeah, the
seen
nostalgia
before.
of it all,
So
I
you know, Lagos is nothing, you can't see something like this in Lagos.
Where would this be?
It's just trying to create a kind of.
Where did you have in mind when you were putting this?
I'm just trying to kind of a village environment, maybe from the northern part.
Ah, there you go.
So
That's very interesting.
Just to show the environment, the calmness, the coolness. So and everything looks so calm.
Very calm. Just like that one as well. I see the similarity between them. Were they made the same time or are they the themes the same?
It's not actually the same time, but not far from.
Yeah. And then
each
the
other.
other one there is an expression with plenty of water around it.
I grew up in an environment where
Where did you grow up?
actually I was born in mainland, Uyingbu, Bitemeta.
Are you serious?
Yes. So I'm
that's,
used to.
let's have that picture. Let's have it.
So I always.
Now I get it, guys. Let's have a close-up of that one. There you go. Let's put it there for you. You can see the water and the fishermen and everything on there. So that's kind of like when you look over the bridge. That's what I see.
So I focus more on what
What you experience.
does.
That's-
And I am most of the time people don't actually. You just look at the environment as nothing so special. I mean, environment is so special to me. So I believe so much in landscapes, seascapes. So I try to focus most of my team around.
Yeah, that's very evident. That's another one there again with the water. But one thing that catches the eye is this expression here. I can see the lady. I can see it's a very colorful face on there. But it's what it's expressed on that is very different. It's embossed. Parts of the painting actually, are protruding out. You might not be able to catch it on camera, but I can see it here, the feel and touch. It's rugged. What is this?
This about the African ladies, the current African lady. I try to relate it from the past to the present. So there's kind of a fashion that is going on around nowadays. And the way I see fashion nowadays from ladies, I can see people thought maybe fashion is sometimes is just like maybe one stop, another one come. But me, I think fashion to me is continuity.
Continuous. Yeah.
So from the past to the present, fashion evolves. Time goes on. So I try to depict African costume when it comes to ladies and how the way they do their hairstyle, the way they, what do you call it? Is it, you call it, I don't know what they call this face stuff. Is it called, I don't know.
Okay, I should know actually. It's face powder.
Face powder. No,
Makeup.
But it is, apart from that, our mothers also do something like this in those
Our
days.
mothers just use pancake.
I don't know what it's called, but I just try to bring the
Past into the future.
and I can see the similarity.
Yeah, it is all there.
Just to
It is
my,
all there.
so that's
It's
why
a
I try
very
to
beautiful expression.
give it the kind of
The use of color from top to bottom changes as it goes, and then all that pink on that side and plenty of green on this side, and it protrudes outside of the canvas, which is what I found fascinating. What is this material?
from my own, I do most of, my heart is more of experiment. I do experiment a lot. So if I can see any materials anywhere, I just try to. So I make use of different material. I can't say this particular.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's the one I love the best. I didn't save it for last because I didn't want to lose it. Right next to you, there is another one, and this is the lady who's carrying the little calabash. It looks very northern oriented.
Yeah.
So tell us about that real quick.
If you look what has been happening in the north, I'm trying to let people see, don't let us see the negative side.
Negative side.
But people have been talking, but to me, I don't want to portray only the negative side. What of the positive side?
Exactly. The culture.
Don't just say, not, what is going on, not. I don't want to reason like that. There are some positive things you see. Art is about beauty.
Yeah.
So whatever I see, I try to get something positive out of it.
To give you one further, art is about unity.
So I don't want to say, I don't want to focus on this one. I do my art generally.
Yeah.
Whatever I think about the particular environment, whether I've been there or not, or whether I've seen on TV or not, I just try to
That's beautiful.
bring out the...
I'm sure people embrace your paintings in lots of different ways, and it's beautiful and it's very obvious. We can't touch all of them, but we have managed to touch plenty of them. But Mr. Lawson, very colorful painting, and we're hoping to see that. By the way, one of these, for instance, goes for how much?
They depending on the
Time, emotions, effort.
I can't. Sometimes you can't just.
And value of the other person's pocket. I guess. Let's put it like that. Grand having you here, Mr. Lawson. We're looking forward to seeing more of you. Do stay. We're going to take a look at more of your art in just a bit.
Thanks for staying with us, people. You're still tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria. Now it's time for us to meet our final guest. On the couch with me is musician and songwriter Rick Hazani. Welcome to the show. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
I know you are. So,
Just full disclosure,
yeah.
but I'm I feel okay. I'm good.
Just, give us, when we're done with this,
Yeah.
we would reward you.
I'm very happy. That's actually why I came.
That's the highlights
if
of
that
you.
wasn't, I wouldn't have come. Me? Why?
Let's talk about Rick Hazani. What's been going on with Rick?
I've been, man, the thing about me is, the kind of artist I am is, I don't get soaked in by the job. I like being a person. Most times you are so soaked into the job that you only know how to be a product to people. You forget yourself, So I think I'm very good at living. I'm very good at living my life. I don't get soaked in at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, talking about, taking you all in, because that's a very, very important moment in our lives. Who is Rick Hazani?
Rick Hazani
Who would you describe Rick Hazani as?
Rick Hazani is an incredible human being. He's a very great man. He's a very good man. He is very obsessed with living a very good life by his own standards, not really by people's standards. And he's very concerned about being there for people. I love being there for people.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so earlier on we talked about you being a people's person.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't look like a people's person at all.
Why? You know what? We should settle this today.
Yes,
why
please. Let's settle it. You don't look like a people's person.
Why?
I don't know.
Do I look like a snob or do I look like a very uptight person? How do I look?
Yeah, you look sort of uptight. And
Really?
then until we get to have, even Mazino is, snickering. And then you begin that conversations with you and then you're like, okay, yeah.
No, but what does Mazino think? What do people think? What he wants to run in and say what he.
What do you think people think about you?
I really don't know. I think people think I'm very, very quiet. which is kind of true sometimes. I can be quiet, I can be, yeah, but I'm a reserved and a private guy, but I'm not as reserved as people think I am. I'm actually a very free guy.
All right, now let's talk about your music. Enough of you already, right? So, personally, right, I'm a fan. I've seen your music just goes through different phases, you know, transitioning from, you're a soul R&B singer.
Yeah, core.
Right?
Core, yeah.
That's your core. I mean, when you started this journey as an artist, I enjoyed your music. And then I saw you transition into another genre. And then it got me a little confused that, is it trying to appeal to, you know, everyone with the sound, or is he just trying to find himself? What's going on with these different phases that's happening in your music? You want to tell us?
I don't know. I've honestly never tried to appeal to anybody.
Okay.
I've just tried to let people know what I would like them to know, or what I would like them to feel through my music. I've used my music to do what I want. Like, how do I explain this way? The way I create my music is I'm an inventor. I'm a creator. So a creator decides what he wants people to want and creates it and gives them. A creator doesn't ask people what they want. If, for example, if Steve Jobs asked you if you wanted an iPhone before he invented it, you'd say no. Why would you want a phone that is all screen? Why would you would want buttons? You know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to interfere and tamper with Steve Jobs' creativity. So the way I create is I create. I don't ask people what they want. I give them what they should need.
Now let's talk about how that response has been, you know, since that transition. Do you think people have come to accept the new you? Do you think they're liking the new you? What's the response been so far?
I'm still getting booked.
Nice one.
Please keep booking me, okay? Whoever is booking, just, you know. No, yeah, man. I mean, people understand the way I create. They understand and they agree with me. They agree with the way I create. You know what I mean? There are artists that people expect what they want to expect from the artist. And there are some artists that they want what the artist wants for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I'm one of the latter artists. They'll wait and be like, okay, what does Rick? What does he want us to feel now? Does he want us to feel pain? Does he want us to feel hurt? Does he want us to feel heartbreak? Does he want us to say TFU to whoever? Does he want us to say so they let me do what I want to do.
Talking about pain.
Yeah.
Talking about pain.
Yeah.
True pain. Because it feels like you have experienced it.
I feel like,
and we have heard it from one of your songs.
Yeah.
Thunder Fire You, the one that was banned.
Yeah.
You want to tell us, what were you going through when you wrote that song? When you put it out there, because I know you have a documentary that you're working on about, you know, telling the story behind that song.
Yeah.
But I'd like you to, you know, share more with us.
To be honest, when I wrote that song 3 years ago now. I wrote it 2 years before it came out. I wrote it to, I was not really in pain again anymore. I was just, you know, when something happens and then you want to laugh about it, so you just make a joke out of it. You know, when let's say you went to perform somewhere, right? And then you bent down and a slit went up your, you know what I mean? Now it's funny now, but in the moment you wanted to run mad because your pattern has shown in the whole world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So in that moment it's very painful, but when you tell it, you want to laugh about it, right? You want to be like, oh my God, one day be say. So that was the mood I was in when I wrote that song. Like, oh my God, one time be say, person gonna tell me say, imagine, you know, that kind of thing. Like, so that was how I wrote it, just to laugh about it, you know. And one day I was singing it when we were recording my album, and then my engineer was like, yo, that's incredible. You should record that song. He was the first one. His name is Jem. Shout out to Jem. He was the first one. I was like, yo, that's a great song. Put it up.
And then there was a subtle backlash after the song was released. How did that make you feel? Take us through that moment.
At first, I was really shocked. I'm telling you, because I felt and I still believe that song is genius. Nobody can make a tune that nice out of a word so crass. You know what I mean? TFU is such a crass thing to say, Thunder Fire, you know what I mean? But with the tune and na 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 na.
It was a beautiful song, by the
It's beautiful. So I really felt that I was going to be unanimously praised for making such an incredible, because nobody has ever done it.
that.
I don't think no other person will, because it's
Yeah.
such a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I started getting, oh, how can you say this? How can, I'm like, really? But this is, how don't you guys think this is clever?
How can you
This
not
is
relate with it? Like,
this is clever. This is not like everybody says Thunder Fire You for years, and somebody made a song about it. How come nobody thought of making a song about this? Like, why aren't you guys happy about it? But a lot of people were, I got more praise than backlash. You know, and then it got sanctioned on radio by NBC. Understandable, but I never saw it coming because in their defense, they said Thunder Fire You was a vulgar word. I know it's a vulgar word, but it's been said for so many years. I
no
thought
one
the
has-
power has gone out. Like, it doesn't carry any weight anymore. Everybody says it.
yeah.
So I didn't see that coming, but it's understandable, and I'm still fine.
So when are you releasing the documentary? Because I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, the documentary is out already. It's an 8-part documentary, but 4 parts are out so far, and it's on YouTube.
Okay, we'll look out for that one. Now let's talk about what's next for Rick. You have a concert coming up. You have quite a lineup.
Yeah.
Want to tell us about that?
Yeah.
Is there a problem?
Yeah. What? They're making some noise.
Oh, okay. No, just go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. I have a concert on the 15th of December.
Yeah.
See, yeah, it's going to be mad.
I saw the
Full
lineup.
band, full choir,
Live?
full orchestra, live.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm a singing guy. I sing, you know.
Okay.
Full choir, full orchestra. Paul Play singing "Angel of My Life." When last have you seen that?
It's been a while.
With a full orchestra.
Full
Yes.
orchestra.
Full orchestra, bro.
Wow.
Two-Face is singing "Angel of." Two-Face is singing African Queen. Dari Atalade is singing "Not the Girl."
Daria Atalade is
Dari
going to
Atalade
be
is going to be
there.
there. Neola is going to sing "Toba." With a full live band, full orchestra, full choir.
Oh, my.
See, honestly, when I say you should come for this show, I'm not trying to sell a show. I want you to experience this show. I'm not saying it because I want you to buy tickets so I can
Right.
buy your new wristwatch. I don't like. I'm fine. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm not saying people should buy tickets so that I can. No, I'm saying buy ticket because I really want you to come.
and have a
When
good
have you seen that happen?
It has been a while. So where's
Full
this
orchestra,
happening?
come
quickly?
on. In TerraCulture, 15th of
Okay.
December, TerraCulture. Go to my website right now and buy the ticket. It's www.rickhassani.com. Bro, you don't want to miss this thing. Trust me.
It's going to be beautiful. I
Yes.
mean, you're a very deliberate person.
I am.
You're very intentional about, whatever you do. And I can imagine, the amount of work that you have put into, this concert. This
A lot of
upcoming
work.
Concert.
A lot of work.
Let's talk about the total, orchestration for the event. Putting that band together. How's the process been so far?
It's been
quickly?
beautiful. We've been rehearsing, me, the band, and the orchestra and the choir. We've been rehearsing. We've had almost like 10 to 12 rehearsals now. We've been rehearsing for almost 2 months. Beautiful, I'm telling you. I'm a very, as you know, I'm a very intentional person,
Yeah.
and I don't like nonsense. I don't take nonsense. Like, my clothes are always ironed, and this is my design, by the
So
way.
I can.
Yes,
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we see Rick Hassani's fashion
Yeah,
in the
this is
future.
Hassani. Yeah.
Beautiful. Love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, man, it's gonna be. Trust me, it's gonna be excellent, man. I really. This is the first time I'm really doing a concert in a major space in Lagos. I'd never done it before.
Oh,
I'd
nice.
never thought about it before,
Great,
Seth. Like,
great.
so it's gonna be great.
I'm looking forward to it, and I know that tons of people.
You have
I
to
watch
come. I'm going to shout your name on stage, and if you don't come,
Okay. I hope. Do I get a VVIP treatment? 'Cause
I would
love
think
to
about
see
it. I
No, you
I
don't
like
have to
this
think
your
about
top,
it. Oh,
so I
thank
would
you.
think about
It's
it.
my design, by the way.
Giving the same energy. Okay.
All right, guys. Yeah, thank you so much, Rick, for being here.
Appreciate
But
it.
hey, let's listen to more of your sound.
But I fight for you. I'm addicted.
That
Welcome
is
inside
beautiful.
the kitchen. Hassani in the house.
That is so beautiful.
Wanna see?
That is the Rick that I love and I admire.
I love it. Yeah. It being called Hassani, fantastic.
Yeah, this
great
jacket,
design.
right?
Yeah. That's ready to wear. And this is my design.
And this is my design as well.
Since we're all
Janice Much, welcome to the kitchen, Rick. This is Chef Shibio Timo.
Yeah.
And this morning she's made for you rice.
Beautiful name, by the way. Sorry.
Yes,
Thank you.
rice and beans with stew. When was the last time you had rice and beans?
When was it? It's actually been a while because I'm on a diet currently.
You are?
Yes.
Getting ready for that,
Yeah.
event of the year.
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah.
twist your body.
Taste and wine, Yeah.
December body, I understand.
December.
By the way, we've peeked on those buds and
Yes.
they are looking.
Thank you. I have
Isn't it even
to
jealous?
off cap for this one.
Really?
Guys, I wanna just. So how do I go about it now? Do I just go in?
Yeah, go in.
This triangular
Situation.
situation. I don't know if you guys can see the triangle or can they see it?
That's
They
what I
need
thought
to.
myself.
They need to experience the full
So that's
Chef Shibio Timo.
have
you
the
got the name
stew
right,
in the
that's right.
rice.
Yeah.
Some of that
All right,
chicken
how do
stew
I,
in there. Oh, yeah.
In fact, I'm taking the whole chicken
Yeah,
out.
please.
Yeah, that's
It's
all
all
yours
yours
anyway.
Enjoy.
Ha 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 ha.
Shibio Timo, well done. Looks good. And it smells good as well. I trust you to always
Like the interview, I couldn't focus because I was like, somebody is cooking stew here.
I must confess, however.
No, it's mad, though. It's actually no. I'm not saying it because of camera. What? What did you put in your stew? Charlatan, what did you put in?
You enter ground because not some man is giving a compliment. It was melting inside.
I will continue my diet tomorrow, okay?
Well done, Shibio Timo. And thank you so much, Rick, for being on the show.
I will come
today.
again if she's coming.
Oh, just coming, no problem. And to all our guests, from group chat to art display to our musical performance today, thank you so much for being on the show, Bazino.
Yes, indeed. And to everybody out there, I say no TFU, but may it rain on you. You get it? See what I did there?
No.
No, he does. He
I
gets
know.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Goodbye. See you for a Friday edition tomorrow.
Have a great day, people. Bye-bye.